Tell us a bit more about what these actually are, how they work, and why we should be worried.
So push payment fraud is also very difficult to detect. So maybe we start there because ultimately because it's one of the most prevalent scams that are taking foot globally as well, is because of the willingness of the payee to make the payment. So when you profile an individual in order to ensure that your accounts are protected based on thresholds or whatever mechanisms and controls the participants put in place, the reality is that when you've made that payment, if it doesn't meet any of those thresholds, it automatically goes through. And the bigger challenge around that is, even though it may have breached some of the thresholds, which sends alerts to the fraud teams within participant banks or institutions, if they do make the call, the individual will actually confirm, no, but I do want to make that payment. Because what's happened in push payments is that through social engineering, through phishing, and through the proliferation of the sophistication and the maturity, it's very difficult to see a fake from a reality nowadays. So unless you know what you're looking for, it's very difficult for the average consumer to know whether that they're actually being scammed or not. Some people rely on their instinct, and that is a very good alerting point, to say, okay, fine, I don't trust what I'm reading, or I don't trust who I'm speaking to. And then there's mechanisms and approaches that we should take to follow through with that. But the thing about push payments is that once the caller or you've engaged with the individual, they push you into a sense of urgency. And because of that pressurization, it's very difficult for you to think through things in order for you to rationalize whether this is actually a scam, or if it's actually genuine. So this is the challenges that push payment scams have, and it comes through a plethora of avenues. It's not just a single identifiable, I definitely know this is a scam. It can come through an email. And once again, if you don't know what to look out for, you're not going to be able to know whether that email is a fraudulent email or not. If it comes through a telephone call, the genuineness of the conversation, the compassion and the empathy that the individuals express through those telephone calls, which are confirmed by the information they have on you, almost forces you into a sense of security, or a false sense of security. And ultimately, you would land up processing the payment willingly, as opposed to knowing that it's fraud, and stopping that payment from going